It's official. Style Guys is trending for the holiday season. Located 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Being black owned and operated with new items weekly, in store, and even online. And with over 50,000 followers online, you can't miss out. Sales going on till 2022. Like jogging suits, hoodies, t-shirts, Jordan Craig, smoke rides, crisp, sweaters, and so much more. So beat the lines and order online from Style Guys, 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Contact them today at 708-801-9481. Again, 708-801-9481. Or check them out from Tuesday to Saturday from noon to 7 p.m. or Sundays from noon to 5 p.m. Style Guys, 1252 Burnham Ave in Calumet City. Life, fashion, style. Follow some of the newest styles by Style Guys in Calumet City. Lock in The Style Guys on IG or look them up, thestyleguys.com. Gone wild!
No escaping this. 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 No escaping this.
No one's ready to deal with us.
No escaping this. No escaping this. No escape.
No one's ready to deal with us.
No escaping this. No escaping this. No escape.
No one's ready to deal with us.
No escaping this. No escaping this. No escape.
No one's ready to deal with us.
You are listening to the End of the Bench podcast on Built for This Network, hosted by my man HRap B.
Good evening, everybody. It's your man HRap B from Built for This Network. Thank you for tuning in. If you are on the Facebook side, hit the thumbs up. If you are watching this via YouTube, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, as well as use that notification bell as like, share, notification bell, subscribe, do all the above. As usual, this is a podcast. You know what that means. Podcast. Wherever you download your podcast, that you can find us there. Built for This Network. Built for This Network. You'll get everything that's on Built for This Network. Whether you go to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Castbox, Deezer, Amazon Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you download your favorite podcast, and you know how I start every show. I acknowledge my ancestors. Everybody connected to the Whitmore, Pollard, Patterson, Turner. Excuse me. Whitmore, Patterson, Turner, Pollard, Battle, Harper, Bailey, Chris Shaw, Lansdowne, Liggins, Chris Trotter, Brandon, Brandy, Wilson, Johnson, Lott, and Williams clan. I hope y'all didn't hear all that, but yeah, whatever. I'm about to start the show. I got RaiderKev. I got Charlotte on the horn.
What's up, man? What's up?
And we are in business. We are about to go into business. Today, we're going to keep it real light. Lately, we've had some heavy topics. Last 2 weeks, we've been keeping it light. We're gonna talk about ourselves today. We're gonna talk about ourselves today. I got my man Big Illinois in the building. It's good to see you, bro. Always good to see you. We're gonna keep it light again, man. Last week we had some random questions. This week we're gonna talk about you, yourself, and you. Who knows you better than you? Nobody in the history of the world. I've made sure I have all the questions this week, so I won't cut the show off early. And I got RaiderKev, I got Charlotte. We're gonna have a little fun. And you know what? Let's do a little crowd participation. Crowd participation is, I see my sister Jay Twice is in the building. I love to see that. You know what we're gonna do? I'm going to ask everybody for a little crowd participation because it's just random questions. A little fun here and there. Everything is usually serious, or we talking about how drugs and alcohol affect the community, how education is affecting the community, and a myriad of things. So what we will do today is have a little fun. I've said that 3 times, too many times. We're gonna talk about ourselves. And if you are in the chat room or if you're in the background listening, please talk about yourself. Answer some of the questions. Be a part of the show. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get this show on the road. We're going to start off with the first question. Again, these are about you. Only you know the answers to these questions, and we're going to have a little fun. 5 things that you like about you. Anybody want to volunteer to go first, or I'll go first, or whatever? Let's talk to them.
Let's go ladies first. Ladies first.
All right, we got Charlotte in the building. Charlotte. Nobody can talk about Charlotte like Charlotte. We've had these questions for about a week. Let me hear what you have to say about you.
And this was the hardest question for me. I left this question last because I was struggling with it. I guess because I really don't like to talk much about me. I like to listen to other people. But the things that I like about me, I came up with, my little list was my eyes, my giving heart, my faith, my hope, and the way that I love with my whole heart. So notice there's only one physical trait, but the rest I love are related to my personality.
That was an accident. RaiderKev, since you don't have a picture, I'm not gonna put you on the screen. Talk to us about you.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm trying to work, trying to be productive at the same time, but I couldn't miss on the show just to share with you guys, right? I'm not saying that this is the highlight of my week. Obviously, there's many things, but I look so forward to doing this show. I couldn't pass it up, even though I got a little challenging situation. But anyway, I agree with Charlotte, man. It's hard for me to talk about myself. So when I saw these questions, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a little difficult here because, I don't know how to do this, right? But I went on ahead. I got through it. I got all my answers, got my script, the whole 9 yards, right? And I guess that's how we're going to start it off. One thing I love about myself is my sense of humor. Not because I'm a good joke teller. I'm probably a horrible joke teller, right? But I love humor, even if it's at my expense. I don't look at things in a personal manner. I look at funny. If it's something that can make someone laugh, if it can make us laugh, right? I love it because I think that's to me one of the keys to life, to enjoy yourself, to smile, to have fun, right? And if you can find that sense of humor, even if it comes at your expense, as long as it's nothing rude or cruel, right? It's all good. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy the moment, right? So I love my sense of humor. Another thing I love about myself is my dedication. When anything that I am focused on, I'm serious about, I'm dedicated to. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's my any type of relationship with my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, my wife, my kids, grandkids, friends. I'm truly dedicated to them. When it comes to my job, right? I love the dedication that I give to my job because no one can complain about my performance because I'm giving you my all. I'm not perfect, but I'm giving you my all. So I can stand on my work and say, I'm proud of this because I'm dedicated to it and I've given it my all. So I love my dedication, right? I love my work ethic. I love the fact that I'm driven, really I should say self-driven. I don't need anyone to motivate me to be efficient or to be, to do things correctly. You know, I have, to me, I feel like I have a great work ethic, and I love that about myself because once again, it goes back to that pride, right? I have pride in what I do because I know I was dedicated to it and I put in the work ethic. So that's the other thing. The fourth thing I would say is my passion. When I decide this is something that I love, I'm passionate about it, right? One of the things, you know, everybody know I'm RaiderKev, you know, so obviously, you know, I'm a Raider fan, and, you know, I found myself loving the Raiders back in the day, right? And that drove my passion. Once I have love for something, I'm passionate about it. And it helps me to be dedicated to it. And it helps me with working hard at it. So everything drives on it, everything feeds off each other, right? So I love my passion. When there's something that I feel good about it, I'm passionate about it, and I love that. And this is last, but it's probably the most important, right? My relationship with God. I love that about myself. I love that I formed a relationship with God because all the things that I do, I feel it has a purpose. I feel it has a meaning, and I'm comfortable with it because the relationship I have with God drives all those things, and it's the underlying, you know, characteristic of all the things that are part of me. So that's the things that I love about myself.
That's dope. Well, me, it's real easy. It didn't take me no time. I mean, this was the easiest question for me. And you know, it's me. Like me, I'll never give up. I don't understand losing. We got Teresa Rucker, we got Tiki in the building, Little Mama in the building. Ha! Thought I missed you. I'll never give up. You know, it stems from me being I'm 5'10". I used to be the shortest dude in the world. I'm one of the shortest men in my family. You know, my father's 6'3". Most of my uncles are tall. My mama 5'6", 5'7". You know, but I'm only five. You know, I'm average height for men in America today. So I had a late growth spurt, and because of that, I was always at a disadvantage physically. And when you're at a disadvantage physically, you tend to overcompensate. You never give up on anything because you already starting off in a hole in your mind. You're like, man, I'm starting behind, and I ain't gonna let nobody punk me out. So, like, being undersized in sports or whatever made me just work a little harder. So it has panned out for me in life because even when I'm at a disadvantage, I don't mentally see it as I don't think about disadvantage. A lot of people will dwell on their shortcomings, what they don't have. I'm gonna play it out to the end. I've been in situations to whereas there's no way in hell I should have had success, and because of my personality type, I just never gave up. So that might be my favorite thing about me. The next thing is the love of my people. A lot of people say they love Black people, but they are really enamored with capitalism and things. I study our folks. I live around our folks. I never want to not live around our folks. You know, history is a big thing with me. And I would rather sacrifice, you know, like everybody sits around and laughs and jokes, like when the lottery gets to like $500 million, and that opens the floodgate for conversations like, what would you do, and this, that, and the third. This is how much I love our people. I would rather not hit the lotto and make a very good wage if I could ensure everybody would be cool in our community. I would sacrifice living in the lap of luxury versus, you know, being able to take care of everybody in my life. I think the Powerball is like $300 million right now. I would, if you could tell me you can have $300 million and do with it as you see fit, or every Black person in America can get the help that they need, and you can still live a decent life, I'll take the decent life and get everybody secure. That's how much I love our folks. And don't get me wrong. I mean, if anybody knows me, I would love to have a whole lot of money too. But if it would ensure that everybody that looks like me and in my community was cool, I'd take a very well-paying situation versus rich beyond my wildest dreams. So yeah, that's me. Another thing, this is my second favorite thing about myself. Second favorite thing in myself is how I run towards my fears. It's only been one fear that has defeated me in my entire life, and I only found out about that fear in December, and that fear is claustrophobia. I ain't ready to tackle that one yet. It paralyzes me, and at some point I'm gonna face it. I have faced it because it actually helped me realize why I don't like to be on a plane. Even though I love to travel, I don't like to be on a plane because I understand that fear better now. So being that I understand that fear, at some point I can't function in a situation in which I am paralyzed with that fear. So I can't live like that. So at some point I'll do that. But from being bullied, from being afraid of dogs to being a dog lover to being afraid of heights, now I live on the 15th floor. Uh, Everything in my life that has scared me, I've walked towards it. And I usually, outside of this claustrophobic thing, and actually I was sitting at the doctor's office the other day and I looked at the MRI machine and I was comfortable looking at it. At one point, I wasn't even comfortable looking at the machine. So I'm running towards that at some point. Lord willing, I never need another MRI as long as I live. But I think my pride won't allow me to continue to be afraid, to let claustrophobia paralyze me going forward. Uh, the fourth thing is I'm adventurous. I've been from coast to coast in America, just about. I've been to all the hot spots, just about. Uh, the homies, me, my homeboy Craig, my homeboy Stacy, Nolan, whoever, Larry, whoever. I've done things by myself. I'm going here. Like people like, oh, no, I changed my mind and I still went. So I want to see as much of the earth as I can. That's why I always be like, man, if I had the lottery money, I would fly. I would go to all 53 countries in Africa. And every year I would spend a week or 2 weeks in Africa, checking it out, checking out the scenery. So yeah, the adventurous part of me. And then the thing that the number 3 thing about me that I like, I'm comfortable being me. I don't like, as much as I used to love athletics. I mean, I used to love athletics. I played baseball, basketball, football. If it had been a soccer match somewhere, if I was thought I would have been good at track, I would have ran that. I'd have did it. I'd tried everything. But being comfortable with myself, once I'm off the field, I ain't competing anymore. And that's something I really like. I'm comfortable, like, yo, man, I'm gonna be better than you. Okay, I've always been comfortable saying I'm gonna do my best. And if I do my best, if I come in first, like I've won trophies, I've won championships, and I wasn't excited. I've never been excited for winning a trophy, even though my goal was to win a trophy. I won a baseball trophy. That was the first trophy I ever won. And I took it home and showed it to my mother. That was the only time I had some pride about it. I was like, check it out. She's like, oh, you won this? I said, yeah. And I set it on the mantle, and I won basketball, football, and stuff like that. I wasn't even excited about it because every time I've ever been a part of athletics, I've always known that I did my very best. So I wasn't competing against anybody else. I was competing against me the previous day. And it annoys me when people compete against me because I'm outdo you. And it's like, no, you in your mind, you're going to outdo me. Even if you beat me, but if I race somebody, they beat me by a block. If I know I ran my hardest, I come in last. I know I practiced and did everything I come in last because what the next person thinks about me, I'm comfortable with me. I'm good with it. You know what I mean? And I don't really shy away from. I mean, I don't shy away from competition, but even if I challenge you to something, if I lose, I'm gonna do my best. And when I do my best, that's all I can ask for. That's it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, let's go to the next question. The next question is, and if anybody want to put in the chat room, what are your 5 favorite things about you? Please do. I would love to read that. I would love to engage and see what's on your mind. What's the next question? Activities or pastimes that bring you joy. But let me start with me. We're gonna do 3 to 5. Believe it or not, watching TV. That's a pastime. I enjoy a good television show or a good movie or anything of that nature. I'm comfortable sitting in the house, relaxing, never really doing anything but watching TV and basically taking my mind away from everything in the world. Travel. I love seeing new things, seeing new places, trying new foods, meeting new people, and having new experiences. So I love to travel. That's probably my number one thing. I like to try to do something. Like if I see like pottery, I want to do pottery one day. I want to do archery one day. So those are 3 things that I like doing. Just trying new things. I like bowling. And yeah, man. And I would like to learn how to crochet and knit. So those type of things that'll bring me to just trying new things that most people are looking out. Well, I don't know. I would like I was talking to this dude the other day, and he said he was talking to me about this program that's in Detroit, and they teach you several different vocations. He said he made a couch. He made a couch last week. I would love to do something like make a couch. My homeboy Stacy, shout out to Stacy. Stacy showed me how to build a computer from scratch. I know how to take a power, add a memory, a hard drive, motherboard, power source, software. I know how to build a computer from scratch. As a matter of fact, my very next desktop computer will be something that either I or Stacy constructs. So that's the type of thing that I like, just the challenge of that. That's why I don't compete against people, because if I do it and it works, I won. I ain't competing against you. Now, if we're on the field, I'm trying to win. But if I win, I ain't in your face. I won. No. The closest you can get is like when me and Big Illinois used to play Madden, right? And we would be up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and we playing best of 7. And I would, but it was more of a joke thing. I would, like if I won the 4 games, I would go in Big Illinois' bathroom and put water all in my hair. And then I remember the first time I did, he's like, "Man, what happened to you?" I said, "Hey, man, they hit me with the Gatorade because I'm the champion." But that was it, That was it. It wasn't anything like, but it was all in fun. But I compete for the true sport of things, not to beat you just for the competition or the activity of it. Who next? Who want to go next?
Wanna go RaiderKev?
All right, I'll go. So I got 4 things for this question. And in no particular order, because I love all these things pretty equally, right? But I'll just go ahead and start with sports. I'm RaiderKev, so I'm gonna start with sports. I really love when I was young to participate, right? I was a basketball player, so I just love to play ball, right? Now, age has, gotten in the way of it. So I love to watch sports, all sports. I love competition. If I understood it, I could watch anything as long as people are competing, right? I would love to watch it. I have a great joy for that. I find a great joy for that. And I really can't say which one I like more than any, right? I would want to say football, but I love baseball. I truly love watching baseball, right? So I'm not going to put any order of which sport I love more than the other to watch. I love it all, okay? The other thing I truly love, and some people kind of don't get this, right? But firearms. So a lot of people look at firearms as just something as a protection thing or whatever, right? To me, that's like a byproduct, right? To me, firearms, I love shooting firearms. Now, I don't know if it's just like, how a kid loves to shoot, fireworks. I don't know if that's what it is, right? Or maybe it's the understanding I have controlled chaos in my hand, and I don't know. I don't know exactly what about it that I love, but I truly love shooting firearms. I love to, try to be accurate, but there are times I can care less about the target. Just the pure joy, the feel of that firearm and shooting it, I truly love it. Something that's hard to explain to people who don't get it, right? So I understand when people might say, man, I just don't understand that. And I do get that. But trust me, I can't explain in words how much I love doing that. The other thing, well, I'll skip this because you guys don't know this about me, but so I'll skip it and go last. Walking. I love walking. I can't do enough of it, you guys know I travel. I drive trucks for a living, so my time is always limited. But because of my work situation, I was home a lot a few weeks ago. I was home for almost a month and a half, right? And it really started not driving, but rekindling that love for walking, because I was able to do it when I wanted and basically how long my body would allow me to do it, right? And just the joy in it, man. It really, because it allows me to think, it gives me time to think. If I'm walking with someone, it gives a time to really have a good conversation without any interruptions. No TV, no one else interrupting, nothing, no cell phones. It's just me, if I'm by myself in nature, or if it's me and another person, we can truly have a conversation uninterrupted, and we both have each other's time, and we just enjoying that, the environment, man. And it's to me, it's enjoyable, right? The other thing you guys will know about me is that I love golf. I think I might have mentioned it once before, right? But I've gotten away from it because I just haven't had the time. But I have a deep, deep passion for golf. That's one of the things that if I'm ever able to change my work situation and able to be at home, I would probably be on a golf course 2-3 times a week. I would probably be practicing every day. That's just how much love I have for it, right? So those are things that are the activities I truly love. Watching sports, firearms, walking, and golf.
All right, thank you, man. I want to welcome my sister Teddy. I want to welcome Rhonda, and I want to welcome my man Big Boyd in the building. So, man, it's first time seeing my man Big Boyd. It's always good to see y'all. And boy, I'm gonna need you to just hurry up and
Sit your ass down. Sit your ass down.
that's what my man Boyd. No, that's what Boyd. Yeah, man, it's good to see you though, boy. Thanks for the support. Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, this show is about talking about things that we're interested in. Again, if you are part of the listening audience and you're in the chat room, the first question is, name 5 things that you like about you. The next one is, name 3 to 5 things that gives you pleasure as you do them. Charlotte, you are on the clock.
Okay, so I've mentioned this before, and those that know me know. My greatest love is baking. I really love to bake. Um, Being an only child, I also watched a lot of TV. And my favorite channel was PBS. Um, and the reason why I loved it, first of all, we all grew up on Sesame Street and the Electric Company. But on Saturdays, and PBS still does this on Saturdays, is they air a lot of different cooking shows with different chefs. And for some reason, I just loved watching the different chefs and cooks prepare different dishes. Um, and I seem to love baking more than cooking, although I love cooking. I don't know why I gravitate towards baking, but that has become a great stress reliever for me. And you know how when you think about your grandma or your mom and you say, man, nobody can cook this like this. I don't care how many people make it. It just doesn't taste the same. What is it? What makes it so different? And they always say that they bake it with love or they cook it with love and that's the secret ingredient. And I truly believe that when I bake, um, not just for the pleasure of doing it itself, but I love to share it with all of my loved ones. So I always love to find out what their favorite desserts are. And so when I bake them, it's like my way of showing them how much I love and care about them. So I really love to bake. And when I was little, my grandmother, when she would bake, I gravitated towards that more than when she was cooking. Um, and so her pride and joy was her white KitchenAid. So she started off with the hand mixer first. And I know before that she did it by hand. Um, and then when she got that KitchenAid mixer, it was something special to her. Um, and so my aunts know how much that I love to bake. So when my grandmother passed away, and none of them are bakers, um, they gifted me with my grandmother's mixer, which I still use to this day. And I'm so grateful for it. I love it, first of all, because it is my grandmother's. And secondly, because the difference between mixing something by hand and using that KitchenAid, oh my gosh, I can crank out some desserts for you with that KitchenAid. So I truly love to bake. Um, the second thing that I really love to do is read. I have always been a reader. Um, and I feel bad because I had such a love for it. When I would go to the library to check out books, I wouldn't just check out one or two. I had a stack of like 9 at a time. And, the public library will only let you borrow them for 2 weeks. So most of the time I didn't have to renew because I would have them finished before the 2 weeks, and I'd be bugging my mom, when are we going to go back? I want to go back and get more books. Then I would get more books. And so you would always see me with my face in a book. It got to the point where my mother, who impressed education on me so much, would be worried because I'm always reading. And unfortunately for my cousin Jada, who's like the closest thing to a sister to me, because of that and my love for school, she had a hard time because my aunt would always say, oh, look at Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte does so well. And I know she wanted to kill me in my sleep because
that would have been me.
She didn't have that love. But I did, and I still do. I love to read. My third favorite thing to do, and for me, it just goes hand in hand with the reading, is I like to write. Growing up, I never kept a diary, but I did keep a journal. And it was really good for me because I could express all of my thoughts and feelings, all of my emotions, everything that I had in my heart that I needed to get out. I would write it. And that helped me a lot. Lately, I've drifted away from doing that, but I'm trying to get back into it because post-COVID, I feel like the world is extremely more stressful than it was pre-COVID. And so I'm trying to get back on it. I also have written like short stories, and my cousin Kim was really impressed with them, and she thinks that I should have them published. And she also thinks that I should write a story about how my parents met and tell their story. That would be a huge project for me, but I haven't discounted it because I love to write. Um, of course, you know, I'm a teacher, so I love to teach. If I could just throw away the books and curriculum that they require us to teach and just sit and have conversations with my students, those I find are the most enjoyable moments I have with them, when it's just me and them and our conversations. So, okay, Rhonda, I got your German chocolate cake, girl. Anytime. And so I love to teach. I love to see their eyes light up when they learn something new. Like right now, we're talking about Reconstruction, and today we talked about the Jim Crow laws and the Ku Klux Klan, and they had so many questions, and their eyes just went. You know, you could just see it. It's literally like a light turns on, and I love that. It's like I'm addicted to that. So I'm always trying to teach them new things so I can see that in their eyes. And so I love that. And then finally, not to say that this is not as important as the other four things, I have had a lot of death in my family, to the point where more of my family members are in heaven than they're here with us. So I really, really, really value my time with my loved ones. And I had to keep reminding them, I think three members. My family's very small now. So my three main family members, I had to remind them that they are my number one priority. They tend to think that I get tired from work, or I'm too busy, things like that, and that will prevent me from doing things with them or spending time with them. And I had to tell them they are my number one priority. Work is on the back burner when compared with them. So those are the things that I like to do.
And see, yeah, and that's the thing. The people, for those who are wondering why I picked this topic, is because of the pandemic. To be perfectly honest with you, we focus on everything but us. We don't ever focus on us. I got my sister, I got my girl, Sean, in the building. Thank you for the support. It's just we don't focus on us, and maybe this will inspire some people to do some things like journaling, like getting into cooking, taking on things that other family members did. A lot of us, you know, we don't cook because food is such a convenience sent to us. You know, you can have your groceries delivered. Everything can be delivered to your front door. And due to African tradition, we use food as a symbol of assurance of love. So maybe we need to get back in that. Maybe we need to journal. Maybe we need to get into firearms. Maybe we need to get into a lot of things. And maybe we need to just reflect on what we're doing to ensure our happiness. I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. This is Built for This Network. I am HRap B. This is the End of the Bench podcast rap sessions. Now, I'm switching it up a little bit. Everybody name one thing right here, and then until we get to the three. The next question is name three things you would like to do before you die. I'm gonna go first. I want to go to Africa. The reason I want to go to Africa is it's the mother civilization, it's the cradle of civilization. Everything that is important in the world has come from the great continent. And because it has come from the great continent, and people go out of their way to subjugate the continent, I want to see why y'all fight so hard to make me and my ancestors look so bad. And contrary to popular belief, it's one of the most beautiful places on earth. It's rich in minerals, and I've heard so many wonderful things about the continent. So I want to go there. That's where I'm going to go before I die. Hey, Charlotte, one more thing. You hit a chord, and then ironically, I'm gonna talk about this Tuesday on Build and Destroy. What you said struck a chord with me. I'm reading this report that says if you have a Black principal in your school, the learning curve is 30% higher. If you want your children to excel, you need a Black principal, because if you have a Black principal, she's going to hire Black and other instructors. And those instructors, and I'll get into it later, but I just want you to know that your love for education is being felt in the United States of America, because people who act like you are part of our community and part of the brown communities, and they're relating to the children. I'm gonna get into that. I'm gonna do a deep dive in that on Tuesday, but I did want to bring that to your attention because a lot of people don't respect the profession, and a lot of people don't appreciate what you do every day. I do. Just want to throw that out there. I got my man Big Chris in the building. It's good to see you, bro. Hit that like button. I see you. RaiderKev, talk to me, man. Give me one of the three things, man.
Do we lose RaiderKev?
RaiderKev. Well, we're gonna go back to you.
Man, I was rolling, man. You missed some of the best part of my answers, man. I can't believe this. Anyway,
only give one thing.
I had to get just one thing.
We're going around the clock.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, dang. Okay, I gotta pick
just
one thing.
Pick one of the three.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll piggyback off what you said earlier. It's because of our relationship. I have a strong desire to also travel to Africa. I never thought about it before, but some of our discussions, it truly formed a huge desire to go to the homeland, right? And I really want to see where I'm truly from. I don't want someone to tell me about the place. I want to experience it for myself. So I really would like to do that, if I could. That's a strong desire I have.
Charlotte.
One of the things that I would like to do would be, and this could be in Africa. I could go with you and RaiderKev. Would be to travel or move to a beachfront house. I have always, since I was little, I don't know where that idea or thought came from, living in the middle of the city. Maybe it was one of those
big lake right there.
Right? Maybe it was one of those PBS shows. I don't know. But I've always wanted to have a beachfront house. So I would love to do that and not just wish for it, but actually make it happen.
You know what? I'm going to go back around and make me last. Give me your second one.
My second one, it's not what I would like to do, but something that I would like to see. As a mom, as a believer, in Jesus Christ, I would love to see my daughter come back to that. When she was little, she had this love for Jesus. She would go to school in kindergarten, and where she would talk to all her friends about Jesus and all the things that she learned in Sunday school, and she would tell them why they needed to do that. But unfortunately, as she was getting older, I don't want to blame her dad, but I do blame her dad. He forced a lot of things on her in his love for Jesus, and it drove her away. And I always regret that, and it hurts me. So even though now she sees herself as being agnostic, that's still my hope and prayer for her. So whenever we have conversations, I always say, I know you say you're agnostic, but I'm going through this right now. So can you send good thoughts? So I'm trying to get her back there. And that is like a great hope for me.
Okay. 2. RaiderKev, give me a second one, man.
All right. Well, I have to explain this a little bit because it's going to sound a little strange, but if I had the opportunity, I would love to be financially stable to truly enjoy my family. So let me explain that for a second. Being a truck driver, right? And the type of truck driver that I am, I'm over the road, right? So even though I have a great relationship with my family, we talk a lot because of technology. We have, take advantage of text messaging and, of course, the cell phone and all these things. But in the same space, sharing moments, right? Eye to eye, right? Although I have a great relationship with my family, I have lacked those opportunities because of my job. Not being financially stable because of my job, right? I haven't enjoyed those. I haven't enjoyed enough of those moments. And if I had the opportunity, was able to financially do it, just spend time with my family. And I have family all over. I have, family in California. Most of my family is in Louisiana, family in Texas. Now I have family in Chicago, right? So I really would love to spend time with my family and just enjoy moments. Not conversate. Conversations are great over the phone, through text. All those things are great. But that eye to eye, right? Experiencing a moment in time together is something I have a deep desire for. So I really would love that. I would really love to have that happen.
Oh, man, that's dope. And for those who are just joining the show, this is Rap Sessions as usual. RaiderKev, me, myself, HRap B, and our sister Charlotte. What we're talking about is ourselves. Usually we talk about drugs, we talk about violence, we talk about society at large. But due to this pandemic, a lot of us have not stayed in contact with us and keeping our mental square. I got my man Fly Time in the building. It's always good. The first question we asked was name 5 things that you like about you. The second question is name 3 to 5 activities or pastimes that you truly enjoy. And we are in the midst of the second round of give us 3 things that you would like to do before you transition from Earth. Now, the thing that I like to do is write a movie / TV show. I got my son in the building. You already know. B. Jilla's in the building. It's always good to see you, son boy. I like to write a movie or a TV show. Snowfall is a dope situation in which I ain't gonna get into that because that's not either confirmed or denied. But it's a story that is loosely based, in my opinion, on Rick Ross's life. Free Rick Ross from Los Angeles. I've toyed with this idea for some time now. I have always had a wonderful imagination. I've always liked television or movies. I would love to sit down and write me a movie one day because it is what it is. It seems interesting to put that in play and have a TV show or movie. I would prefer a TV series because when you have something like a movie or when you have a movie, you can only put so much in a 3-hour time frame. But a television show, like I don't think they should do any more bio pictures, aka movies like Ray or James Brown or Malcolm X. Even though Ray and Malcolm X are 2 of my favorite movies ever, I don't want to see that anymore. I would rather them do what they used to do back in the day called a mini series, where you take your time and walk through those people's lives and you can see the glory of a James Brown, because you can't put as awesome as James Brown was into a 2-hour situation. James Brown on record stations, James Brown on radio stations, restaurants. James Brown put the entrepreneur, and he made entertainers look in the entrepreneurial direction. So I think that, and since we doing this back and forth and back and forth, my next thing is to build something with my hands, like a car. I'm not even a car dude, but I would love to put a car together. I'm talking about buy the frame of a car, put the brakes on it, put the exhaust up, just put it together and make it a Williams mobile. You know what I mean? I would love to do something of that nature. Just put it together. It's gonna take blood, sweat, and tears, be a whole lot of stress. I learn how to do some more stuff. I already know how to change rotors and change a lot of stuff on the car, but I've never put a transmission in the car. I've never put a motor in the car. I've never put a car together. I would love to put a car together. That's the last thing I would do. And what would be super dope is my son is crazy about cars. It'd be dope if me and BJ could do something like that. That would be super dope. Fly Ties in the building. He has responded. He visited Egypt and every basketball or every baseball stadium and travel from coast to coast in an RV. Fly Tie, I swear to God, I would love to do that. Travel coast to coast in an RV. I would love to do that, man. One of those mobile homes, I would love to do that. Shout out to Fly Tie. He always come through in the pinch. RaiderKev, it's on you, Black.
Well, y'all kind of, well, in a way, because it's a different sport, right? But y'all kind of stole my thunder. The thing that I would like to do, man, I would like to go to every Raider game for one season. Not fly. I would like to drive, right? Because I love, even though I drive for a living, right? I still love to do it, right? And because I wouldn't be working, it'd be for pleasure. It would be more enjoyable. But every football thing and just have some fun, do some trash talking and, when it's home games, just, be engulfed with my Raider, fandom, buddies or whatever, right? I would love to do that, man. That would be something special to me, right? I've been to games here and there, but a whole season, every single game, it'd be nice, especially if we had a winning season, right? But even if we didn't, just the experience, I think would be something monumental to me. I would love to do that. I'm RaiderKev. What else would I say,
There it is. Charlotte, just the last one on the list for this topic.
The third thing is actually something that has come to me recently, more recently than the other two. And that is just that I would be open to dating again, which I never thought that I would be before. So finding love again, that would be my third thing.
Oh, that's happiness. Is nothing wrong with happiness. And again, that is the basis of this whole thing, man. Coming up with the things that we like. My sister, she's never been into arts and crafts and things like that. From my perspective, I could be wrong. And she's a decorative person. She decorates everything. She decorates her house, but she's building a she shed right now.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
Those kinds of things that loosen up. Like I said, man, this pandemic got people stressed to clean the hell out. I mean, everybody on edge. And the sad thing, man, I'm out here in these streets every day, man, and I literally see somebody tear up their car going into somebody every single solitary day. And I believe, I don't know anything. I believe a lot of that is due to the stress. It's going to be another wave of stress coming our way because they lifted the mask mandate. So guess what? Brothers walk around into stores and with masks on, it's going to be a problem. You can deny it if you like. That's going to be another problem. People telling you that you don't have to wear a mask and judging you. that's going to be another problem. So it's more stress coming down the pipe. So I came up with these questions in hopes to put people in an easier mind frame, have a little fun, laugh and joke, open your mind to thinking about other people and what's going on, and maybe, hey, collaborate with somebody and do what you want to do something that you want to do. The next question, if money was no object, where would you want to live? RaiderKev, you up. And you are also on mute.
Also on mute. Yes, that's a theme, right? This is a tough one, man. If money was no object, that was a tough one. So the only thing I could come up with, right, and it might sound corny, I don't know, man. I would love to just, because, I love people, but I don't like people, right? I love my family, right? But I don't like a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? To me, they are, I don't know what it is, man. But if I had my choice, money was not an option. I would love to move my family, all my friends, to our island, have our own self-sustainable island, right? And just be able to enjoy each other, live in a utopia, and just have fun with each other. You know what I'm saying? Living stress-free and just having a ball, Now, I would need me a nice big TV to enjoy my sports. Probably have a nice little private island, a private golf course, on my island. And, of course, a modern shooting range. We got to have those things, too. So that would be my ideal place. Where? I can't tell you. I'm just going to say a secluded island with all my friends and family. In utopia. There we go.
You want to go, Charlotte, or you want me to go?
I can go. I kind of mentioned it already. Living in that warmer climate, I don't really have a specific destination in mind. With a house on the waterfront, but having that money is no object is key because I would want to have a second house somewhere here in the middle. So when hurricane season hits, we can pack up and this could be our little sanctuary until it passes. But definitely, that just is on my heart is to have that house on the waterfront.
Oh, that's dope. I don't see nothing wrong with that. My man Fly Ty said he would move to the Greek islands. He would live in the Mediterranean, which is actually kind of dope because you got Africa there, you got Europe there, you got Asia right around the corner. So yeah, that's a dope place to pick. Me, I'm too black to be in this. I initially was gonna say Aruba, but I don't want to be over on this side of the world. This side of the world is effed up. There is no, outsider in our minds, and I'm not trying to discard RaiderKev's opinion. I'm really not. There is no euphoric place to live, so to be perfect. But I will move my black behind back overseas to Africa in Accra, Ghana. That's the capital city of the country of Ghana. And I chill out over there, man. One thing, like what you touched on, Charlotte, you said when hurricane season come around, you out of wherever you gonna go. And I'm sure RaiderKev will move his family when it's hurricane season on his little island. He'll book up out of there too. One thing you ain't never heard of is a hurricane or a tornado or a flood in Africa. Take my black behind over there, and due to my research for my other shows, the country of Ghana is in 2019, they won an award for the greatest technological advance in the world. So it ain't over there in the bush. It ain't lions walking up and down the street like they told us that damn lie. But they told us that people out there with bones in their nose and walk around in them sheets and stuff. And that ain't it. But and another reason I would move to Ghana is because in 2020, at the beginning, they announced in 2019 that they opened up this campaign, Come Back Home, where they were offering visas, easy visas. And they was like, hey man, why don't y'all come, y'all, you know, and they say, why don't y'all come on back home? You know, if you like it, apply for citizenship. Another reason I would pick Ghana is 1992. They redid their constitution. Part of their constitution is an apology for the people who were transported from there to over here unwillingly. They was like, man, we ain't sending nobody after y'all, so we apologize for what we did. So if that's always been the reason I've always dug Ghana, because if you've taken time out of your life to reconstruct your constitution, which should be done here according to the author of the Constitution, Thomas Jefferson said every 19 to 20 years they need to rewrite it, but that's another conversation for another show. I don't want to get into that, but I love to be over there. And again, hey, oh, by the way, COVID is at an all-time low over there, because guess what? Even before COVID, before you enter a market, you got to sanitize your hands. Before you enter a restaurant, you got to sanitize your hands. So they was ahead of the curve. And that continent is beautiful. And there's one more reason I want to go to the continent is because of this. I read this story. Hopefully it's true. Maybe it's not, but I'm gonna go along with it being true. A woman, she didn't go to Ghana, but a woman was going blind here in America. She couldn't see, so she moved back to the continent. And guess what happened? Due to the change in diet, change in atmosphere, her sight returned. Less processed foods, less pesticides, less stress and things of that nature. Guess what? Bam. And, you know, it is what it is. We'll never know if it was just stroke of luck, God, whatever the case. But guess what? She over there and she got, I don't know if she got 20/20 again, but she can see. So that would be the reason I would move back to the continent, because it's just, hey man, I'm gonna add this on and I'm gonna go to the next question. We got a superpower as Black people. We can see around the corner when it's something not right. We can feel it. And one of the reasons I believe that we are deteriorating socially is because we don't put our feet in the soil where our ancestors was. And I mean the southern part of the United States of America, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, Mississippi, so forth and so on, Alabama. And that's why ancestor spirits are. I think that will enhance us. And just if that would enhance us just here in America, just imagine if you go over to the other continent, to the great continent, and what type of spiritual advantage you have over there. Because I am a firm believer. Y'all heard me reference this book a million times, that book that I read 31 years ago. 31 years ago. And the man said in the book, watch out, your enemy will show you his plans in movies and television. I never forgot that portion of the book. It's the first book I ever sat down and read from cover to cover. It took me about 9 hours to read. I read this book for 9 straight hours. It's a book about, I think it's a dictionary. But anyway, and the reason I brought that up is one of my favorite movies is League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And the reason I'm bringing that up is Alan Quartermain was allegedly dead at the beginning of that movie. If you've ever seen the movie, they thought he was dead. And he came to life. And guess what? They went throughout the movie. He was murdered. They took him back to the continent. And then right before the movie ended, he was coming back to life after they buried him. I ain't saying ain't no resurrections going on, but that lets you know that everybody knows that there's something rich in that soil over there. And that's why they keep running their behinds over there. China, Russia is over there. They had that damn Berlin conference where they sliced up the country. Everybody knows how awesome that continent is. And that's why they keep telling you that they don't like you and you ain't got no place over there, because they're over there enhancing themselves and they know that we don't know that. Just a conspiracy theory by your man Rap. Something on my mind, so I shared it with y'all. So that's why I would go. I mean, but every other place like RaiderKev, both of y'all want paradise. Yeah, I can dig it, man, because living in America with this damn melanin, it's hard. It's harder than finding a job with babysitters and benefits. I swear to God. But that's what's up. Now, if money was no object, what would you do for yourself, RaiderKev? And you are back on mute.
Damn, man, I'm gonna get that right, man. You're gonna come to me the next question. It's gonna be the final question, but you're gonna come to me that next question. I'm gonna be on point. I promise. It's gonna happen. Anyway, this was probably the hardest.
Hold on 1 second. I got my sister Arlene in the building. It's always good to see Arlene. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kev.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. Yeah, man, this is one of the hardest for me because it was really hard to come up with something, right? And I came up with two. So this is gonna sound a little corny, but it kind of goes back to one of the other questions, right? Truly, man, spending time with all my family, man. That if money wasn't an object, I would truly, because that's just how important it is to me, right? And how much I've missed it, right? I haven't had the opportunity. Most people, hey, I could just drive to your sister's house tomorrow and go spend time with her, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have that luxury, right? So those things mean a lot to me, man. I have grandkids that I'm missing out on their growth just because of space, right? If I could eliminate that space and actually share those moments and see those moments, it would mean the world to me, man. You know, and you know, if money wasn't an option, wasn't an obstacle, right? That would be one of my focuses, right? Now this last one, man, I only got two.
Hey,
this last one might sound.
Cállate, pendejo.
Oh, okay, all right, go ahead.
So we're rotating again. Mm-hmm. You have more than one.
No, okay. What was it? I don't think there was only one on this one.
Okay.
If you got two, share it. And then RaiderKev, when I take them off mute, then you ain't got to put yourself on mute, Kev. When I put him back on, if he got another one that he'll do for himself, have at it.
Okay, so what I would do for myself is, we've mentioned this before, and it may seem at first like it's not for me, but it is for me. And because I just have it in my heart to serve others, is open up our own school.
Dope.
Open up a school of our own making, by us, for us. As you said, I would have Black administrators, Black teachers, and it would be open to Black children. And we would have not just a school, but we would have those old-fashioned after-school programs that public schools have moved away from, because I truly believe they want to learn and they want to be busy, and they want to be busy in the good way. And the reason why they're turning to bad things is because the good things aren't available to them. And so that would be a dream for me. And then I'll let RaiderKev give his second one, and then I do have a second one in addition to that. Okay,
well, I'm gonna get mine. I got you on mute, Kev, so don't worry about it. Just keep yourself off mute, and then I'm gonna put you on when you're ready. Let me see. Rhonda said, if money was no object, I would take my family on a vacation. Members of my family have gone to the next chapter of their journey. We need to fellowship with those who we still have. Shout out to Rhonda. That's what's up. Hey man, I came from this from a very selfish perspective. Well, not really a selfish perspective. Since we're doing two, I got two. I had two, and I was literally in my mind flipping a coin. But I did come from a very selfish perspective. I would build me a crib, and I would put a studio so I could continue my podcast mission. Okay. Money was no option. Like for those who don't know sports, this is former employee of ESPN. He has his own situation now. His name is Dan Patrick, and he has this house that he broadcasts his show out of. But I wouldn't do it in that nature. I would have it a house connected to my house, almost like a coach house connected to my actual house, Yeah, I do, Kev. Yeah, man, I do, man. My man Fly Tie said, man, I had to get you some glasses. Hey, man, hey, boy, hey, man, at this time of night, if it ain't this big, my eyes can't see it, Jack. What was I saying? Yeah, you ain't lying, Fly Tie. Woo, your boy is jacked up. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I built me a crib. Hey, but I gotta go somewhere where it's warm. Chicago's a great place, nice place to visit, but I don't want to live here no more. If money ain't an object, I don't want to live here. Ain't no way in here. I'll get me a condo here, and I go somewhere where it's warm most of the time. But I would definitely do my whole podcast, get down, and if that was that's what I would do. If money was no object. We can go to RaiderKev. If you have a second one, Kev, it is the floor is yours.
Yeah, so this might sound a little silly, right? But it's really true, man. This is something I would really love to do if I had the opportunity and money wasn't an object. They got this funny looking dude that owns my Las Vegas Raiders, right? If money was not an object, I would love to buy that organization from that funny looking dude and make it my own. I would love that. I would love to have that team under my umbrella, right? Make the decisions for the team that I love, right? I know this might sound silly to somebody, right? But it would be something I would truly, truly have passion for. My name is RaiderKev. What else would you think I would like to do, right? I would love to be the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Charlie, your turn.
So my second thing would be, I don't even know all the logistics of it, but it's always been on my heart to help homeless people not be homeless, like a way where we could find them a place to live, teach them skills, like help them get jobs so they can be independent and be on their own feet. Because I truly believe, for myself, for sure, it would only take 2 paychecks for me to be homeless. And a lot of times people forget that they're actual people. And life, just threw them a curveball. And so I'm sure they don't want to be dependent on handouts from other people. So in addition to helping them find housing, actually helping them get jobs. And if they don't have the skills that are needed for a certain job, then, maybe get some mentors from some of these companies who'll be willing to teach them those skills, and help them be independent. And if they're dependent, they have an addiction to something, then we would help them rehab so they can be free of those addictions and just be happy, healthy people like they were meant to be. So the school and then helping the homeless people, those are 2 things that have always been in my heart. I would love to be able to do. And that would make me feel good, and it would give me a sense of purpose. So that's why I said those are truly for me, even though it's to help others.
Indeed. Well, we have the same kind of mission. Your first mission is my second mission. I'm going to make this come true. I am going to open up an after-school program. There's a few things. I got my man DJ Mad Notch, the show killer, in the building, the crown holder. I affectionately call him the show killer. He in the building. Good to see you, brother. And I know a hairstylist to assist with hair care. Teachers help them get an education on track and job skills. Rhonda. Thank you. Boy, I almost saw that. And then the sad thing is you can't make the font bigger like that font. You can't make it bigger. So if I could make the font bigger, I could read, but I can't. And so I'm gonna continue to read like I'm a reread. That's it. But yeah, man, I would open up an after-school program. And it would basically be a situation to whereas we would it would be a music program, like here in Chicago. Chicago is split up in regards to us. It's split up into three quadrants: over southeast where I live, the south side, and the west side. I would open up a youth center. We're gonna do music, and then and to put us in a situation where we can stop this foolish ass civil war that's in our community. What I would do is, with that music, we're gonna do a marching band situation. So now we're rooting for our children, children on the southeast side, children from the south side, children from the west side. They're gonna be competing. We would also get into tech in that situation. So, and then another thing is this: you'll learn how to read and write music. That way, you don't have to sample anymore. You have music coming from your soul. And then I have a studio I'll have a studio in these places. And the only issue, it is a free studio, but you must record an entire album. That's the only way your studio time is free. If you want to record a song, no, you're gonna record an album and upload it to Apple Podcasts and Apple iTunes, and you're gonna get paid for that. You dig? And then we'll do history, we'll do English, we'll do creative writing and things of that nature. And then we will do critical thinking, like Marva Collins. Hey, when last time you heard that name, Marva Collins? For those who don't know, Marva Collins is this educator in Chicago, and her philosophy was to teach children how to think before you taught them how to read and write. Because if you know how to think, writing is nothing. Reading is nothing. Mathematics and science is easy because thinking puts you through all of that. Critical thinking is what is missing in the world. We have poor communication skills, and guess what? While you teach people how to think, guess what? They're going to be attorneys. They're going to be doctors. They're going to be a lot of things. So that is what I would do. If I had it, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not hoping for that. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it before I transition and get to hanging out with the Lord. I'm telling you, that's what I'm going to do. So, yeah. RaiderKev, floor is yours. Oh, no, you already answered.
Yeah, but hold on. But let me say something, man. When Charlotte was talking, I was up here cursing, laughing and cursing. I felt like a jerk. She said she gave such a great answer, right? Helping people, helping the homeless, and I'm talking about a freaking football team. Boy. Your boy slipping.
Oh man, that's
No, you're not. No, you're not.
It was just funny. I was laughing my butt off, like, yeah, football team. And she talking about feeding the homeless.
Hey, but look at it this way, Cam. Look at it this way. You on the football team, you won't have people complain that they ain't getting picked. They ain't getting picked on because you're not hiring those people. Now you got women who want to be coaches. It's gay people that want to be coaches. It's black people, it's Latinos, Asians that want to be coaches. And the coaching pipeline is nepotism 101. Everybody in the NFL has a cousin, uncle, grandfather who used to work for the NFL, and that's how they got their job. So you saying that you want to do this ain't a selfish thing. So, nah, man,
you change the whole dynamic.
And you guys do have a point. You're making me feel a little bit better, but because I would, man, if I was an owner, there would be a lot of HRaps that have disappeared from football because of those subjects, right? That would be my focus to make things right. It still don't compare with feeding the homeless, man. I don't care how we raise
but it does. Look, it does compare to feeding the homeless because you're gonna be employing people who understands what it is to be disenfranchised.
Right. I got it.
No.
So you had a dope answer. That's all I'm saying.
So the last question is the easiest question. This is not what you want to do. This is not what you have aspired to do. It's just, you know what, you've seen it. I'm gonna go first on this one. You've seen it and said, I like to do that, but ain't no way in hell I do it, but I like to. What's the most dangerous thing you've ever thought about doing? And me, the most dangerous thing I ever thought about doing is there ain't no way in hell, even if I knock all this weight off, if I get back down to 170 pounds, only way in the hell I still would do it. But I've seen these videos where these dudes have these flying suits and they like bats. They jump off the edge of mountains and they fly around. I've thought about doing that, but because I had this melanin and I think I'm gonna hit the damn ground and die, ain't no way in hell I'll do it. But it does look awesome. When I see it, it looks awesome. And Big Illinois said, how does it feel to be cool with him? That's his question. I ain't cool with you. I don't even like you. You know what? And for you saying that, all I got to say to you is,
you better shut your white mouth. I'm not kidding you.
That's all I got to say. Hey, each one of y'all can take it, but yeah, that flying thing, that look dope. But ain't no way in hell I would do it. But I would love to do it, but I'm not.
Go ahead, Sean. You can go first.
Oh. I don't know, because I tend to shy away from dangerous things. I've always been the safe, good person. So, and I have a death fear of heights. I've always been afraid of heights, but something happened when I was pregnant with Gabby. I don't know if it's self-preservation. I don't know what it is, but it magnified big time. So like when, in our teen years, I could get on all those rides at Six Flags. It didn't faze me. I could get on the roller coaster. I could get on, what's the one we have right now that's like the biggest, Giant Drop, right? Those things that make your stomach flip, flop, turn, and do all those things inside, like Brian, jumping off of mountains like a bat, whatever. That's my stomach, thinking about those rides. I could do it, but after having her, I can't do it. Like my hands, like even if I see what's his name, Nick Valenza, Wendella, whatever that guy that does those walks between those heights, I break out in a sweat looking at him. I'm not even doing it, just watching him do it. Like my heart starts beating so fast. So I can't do all those things. And I think it was Ty said deep diving. Somebody would get into the ocean.
Rhonda said she would like to jump out of a plane or goes deep sea diving.
Yeah, see, neither one of those. I don't know how to swim, believe it or not. I'm 51 years old and I don't know how to swim. And nope, neither one of those appeal to me. Like I'll stay here. I'll be right here on the beach when you get back, Rhonda. So danger for me, like I don't get those rushes or those things like riding a motorcycle, all those things that people tend to like to do because they're adrenaline junkies. I am not an adrenaline junkie.
I can dig it. Yeah. We got Peggy in the building. She ain't never late. We ain't going nowhere. She ain't never late. We love to see you there, Peggy. Hit that like button. Everybody hit that like button. Thumbs up. Like. Hit them all right now. RaiderKev, what's up, man?
So, this was a very difficult one to think of. I really had to dig deep to figure this one out, right? Because most of my fears I've conquered. I truly have conquered. I don't have a desire to do all of them, right? At one point, I had a fear of, in our little private chat, we were talking about roller coasters, right? I don't fear them. I just choose not to do them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not going to go on, But I can do it. I just choose not to do it, right? So when I got to thinking, man, what is it that I really wouldn't? And I thought about it. I talked about traveling to Africa, right? I would love to do that. But one thing I would not do is go on some natural with wild animals safari trip, right? Open, what they call it, open vehicle, where you go in the lion's den and you know just go amongst the animals. I ain't interested in that. Because over one thing I've learned, nature is nature. Animals gonna do what come natural to them, and that's to eat me. So they can keep that one. I ain't doing that. Never doing that. I don't even want to go to the zoo where they have the glass between you and the animals. No, I don't want to be even thought of as food. So no, we ain't doing that.
So you better not go on MGM Grand then.
Hey man, we ain't doing it.
MGM Grand in their lobby, they got lines.
Well, I went to the one in Vegas. I didn't see no lines. I didn't see that one.
Oh well, they must have took the lines out. Last time I was there, there's lines in the lobby.
Okay. I missed that one.
Yeah.
And look, I could pass by it. If it's there, I'll pass by it. But I ain't gonna dwell in it.
Attention to it.
Yeah, I'm just rolling straight by it. I ain't dwelling in it. But certainly, I'm not gonna purposely ride in a car through the jungle amongst the wild. That ain't me. That ain't RaiderKev.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Write me a letter, man. Tell me about it. Hey, take pictures.
Nah, that's hey man. All the places I've been in the United States of America, I've been. Me and my man Craig, we drove from Providence, Rhode Island to Phoenix, Arizona, and we kicked it hard in every place in between. And we ain't take no pictures. I ain't taking no pictures. I ain't posting a damn thing on Instagram and Facebook. It's up here. I got here. All I got to do is think about when we went through Pittsburgh. Yeah. How long we was in Philadelphia and how long we stood in that line for that nasty ass Philly cheesesteak. They made with cheese with. So yeah, I go. I ain't big on animals, but as long as they got them cages around them trucks like I've seen and rhinos attacking them and they couldn't do nothing with them, I'm there. Hell yeah. But with that being said,
I've seen the ones with the open vehicle. You know, that's what I'm talking about. No, we ain't doing that.
I'm doing it. When I get there, I'm going to see everything. I'm going to see the giraffe. I'm going to see the elephants. I'm going to see the rhinos, the angry ass rhinos. Hell, man, I've been to Colorado and seen them old angry ass moose.
You know what I love about technology, man? 4K is amazing. I can see so much detail from the comforts of my living room.
Hey, man, I'm going. I'm going to enjoy myself, man. Need to take pictures every now and then. Nah, I'm not with y'all, man. No way. Man, I'll take some pictures of some random stuff here in America. You ain't gonna see my vacation. It's in there. I mean, like, man, I'd have been to Miami, I'd have been to New York, New Jersey. I've been all over this raggedy ass country. My picture every time that big fist in Detroit. Oh, damn, it was dope when I was in Canada. Ooh, that time in Mexico. That's it. I don't have no pictures. It's crazy, but I don't have any pictures. With that being said, man, thank y'all again, man. It's always fun. It was fun to me. Fun to me tonight. We had a good time talking about things that we would and would not do, things that we do and do not want to see, things that we do and do not want to do. People, stop doing this, man. Because like I said at the end of the show, dream those dreams and man up a woman up and live those dreams. It's like without dreams flows in black and white. And like whip dreams for technicolor surround sound. I ain't smart enough to come up with that. That's my man Reggie O'Shea, former entertainment lawyer turned podcaster, aka Comeback Jack. And that's how I feel. You know, we should dream those dreams because a lot of people haven't traveled because they assume that it's expensive. And I always laugh at people when they say, "Yeah, I ain't going over there. I need about $1,700 to go on there." You only going for the weekend, clown. You would spend $1,500 if you was in Chicago. So why you gonna spend $1,500 in LA? But hey,
Right.
with that being said, thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, RaiderKev. Thank you, everybody who hit those like buttons. Everybody who's watching in the background. Thank you for supporting us as usual. It's always good. As my man Tone say, it's always a treat when players meet. It's good to see everybody. I will be on air tomorrow. I'll be on air tomorrow rapping with HRap with Pastor Quentin Williams. He's going to tell his story. That's what I'm doing. I'm bridging the gaps, y'all. Tuesday, I'll be back on air. Be back on air with Build and Destroy. Got a few things I'm going to talk about, like I was talking about with Charlotte. The education system. And that's been proven time and time again that all of y'all that he's saying, I'm going to move my kids to these good schools, what you're not factoring in, you'll find out Tuesday. With that being said, thank y'all for supporting Built for This Network on Spreaker.com. Thank y'all for supporting me on YouTube. They are one and the same, one and the same. If you see me, you see Built for This. That's it. That's all. With that being said, as usual, salute to the people who I get a ton of inspiration from. That is the Ghetto Boys, Willie D and Scarface for the Reloaded podcast. Tariq Nasheed, Nori for Drink Champs, Talib Kweli for the Party People, the People's Party, Ray Grady for Alpha Male, Zoe Williams for the Voice of Reason, Corey Holcomb for 5150, Craig Smith, he's on right now on YouTube, Craig Facts podcast, the good Reverend Al Sharpton for doing all the things that he does. If you think he's problematic, keep it to yourself. There you go. Whew, didn't cost you nothing. Didn't cost you nothing to mind your own business and leave mine alone. Super dope sister, she's nothing but positive. Heather B, the homie Clay Kane, the brother Clay Kane over there in Philadelphia, he is working his behind off to get people who are wrongfully convicted released from these slaving camps. My bad. Penitentiaries. Same thing. LaRee Daniel Favors, one of the greatest personalities on talk radio today. She on Black Talk Radio. Salute to LaRee Daniel Favors, one of the most informed people you will ever meet, Dr. Greg Carr. He's over there. Hey, man, it's this platform. It costs $150 a year. It's called Narrative. And they have their own social media platform called Nubia. They're teaching farming. They're teaching everything. They're teaching everything in the world. And it's from our perspective. They have Black professors over there. It's a brother over there teaching hieroglyphics. They have 1,300 people in a book club, and they go over the book every Monday. And these are books that are vital to the enhancement of our people and enhancement of our community. So Karen Hunter, that's what I was going to say next. She's doing the damn thing. Karen Hunter, it's got to be battery powered. I'm almost convinced Karen Hunter is an android because she's doing everything. And she would say she don't say it, but she's doing all of the things. Shout out to Karen Hunter. And the dean of this, Joe Madison. Joe Madison, if you get a chance, pick up his book, Radioactive. He's an activist on the radio. Get it? Radioactive. Joe Madison is the man. And salute, as Snoop Dogg would say, I want to salute myself. But I ain't going to do that corny shit. But but I am going to use Reggie O'Shea again. Dream those dreams, man up, woman up, and live those dreams. Because life without dreams flows in black and white. Life with dreams flows technical surround sound. And salute to Craig Facts. Craig Smith with Craig Facts, comedian, entrepreneur, all around good brother. And I'm gonna end it like Craig. If I owe you something, I ain't got it. And if you need it, get it from God.
We lust for that cheese, we lose sleep, dreams of that cream. We killing our teens, they dying for this American dream. Them government schemes, they turning us to hustlers and fiends. We hustling trees, them politicians smuggling green. Chasing that cheese, got everybody stressed in the streets. Pardon me for speaking freely, let it breathe. Evangelists preach the congregations out of their seats. They writing them checks for tithes, now it's people can't eat. She stripping for change for school, now she giving them brain. She used to that loot, she earning, now she giving them strain. He new to this game, but hungry, so he cooking his cane. He getting that paper, but then they gave him two to the brain. It's rules to this game, but hustlers never hustle for fame. The spirit of greed is grimy, so we struggle to change. They put us in chains to take away our African names. But if we submissive and don't resist, then who do we blame? It's all a game, man. These Europeans staking they claim. And you a victim of their game plan. You thinking they ain't, you thinking they saints. Remember all them niggas they hang? Killed our women and our children, all our leaders is slain. They gave us Obama, but that nigga was hoping for change. But Zimmerman is killing niggas and he free. Shit is crazy, babies having these babies and getting checked. But keep the child from they pop to rip his heart out his chest. Our rappers was leaders and now they in the booth in the dress. Spitting bullshit and making more but giving us less. They taking our sound and changing ours, dumbing it down. They taking our jobs and homes and they shutting us out. They taking our kids because it ain't a man in the house. They locking us down, but soon they gon' be wiping us out. They told our women they was too independent to need a man. They told our brother he was too insignificant to advance. It's all a game, man. These Europeans staking they claim. And you a victim of their game plan. You thinking they ain't, you thinking they saints. Remember all them niggas they hang? Killed our women and our children, all our leaders is slain. It's all a game.